guys? SonicSol here, and I just wanted to address some concerns regarding forward light kick or bazooka knee on counter hit and linking crouching medium punch from that hit. Most people saw that in my combo video, but they are having trouble linking into it, and I actually wanted to express some uses regarding bazooka knee and how I guess I think it should be used. Again, I'm not the best Nash. If somebody has a better use for it, let me know. But this is, I guess, how I view Bazooka Knee. Now, regarding the Nash tutorial, that will come next weekend. I'm sorry I couldn't get it to you guys this weekend, but I wanted to see how it would fare with Nash so far in ranked, and I wanted to see if I could do some of the things that I did in beta 4, and they did change some things about him, like moonsaults is not plus anymore, it's like 0, the light version, so it's safe. There's some things regarding some of his regular strings that he used to do, and that's mostly involving him doing heavy after EX moonsault. But I assure you that the combo video that I have up currently, which was version 1.09 or beta 3, those combos will indeed work for the retail version of the game. So I will put a link in the description for those combos, and I will also put some notations in there for you guys for that video, since I know people have been asking me for that. But yeah, I will get you guys the tutorial next weekend. But anyway, enough droning on. Let me actually start this up. So, Bazooka Knee, as you guys all know, it closes the distance. It allows you to gain some space. It basically allows you to get closer to your opponent. But most people, they look at it as a minus move because you can, if it's on block, you never really get to throw a jab. And that's true, considering that Nash's jab is 4 frames. He's not going to really punish anything or even trade. Some jabs are 3 frames, so he doesn't have a lot of time to really stop them unless he's doing stuff like back medium kick. But that's not the real point of it right now. The real point of this video right now is talking about Bazooka Knee and how the fact that it makes you safe alone, it allows you to not get punished for trying to close the gap and to basically see what your opponent's going to do after you get that spacing down and you hit them with the Bazooka Knee on block. But it has some other uses. For example, you can actually use it to cross under, so that way you can avoid jump-ins. But the most primary one that everybody figured out about it, about Bazooka Knee, was that it can anti-air. It's a situational anti-air. As you can see, like, it's a weird anti-air. You get it at certain distances. You can even get it like under them and stuff. So it is a situational anti-air, but it's one that is still, it's a fast moving one. It interrupts them, and the best part about it is that if your opponent can't react well to throws, you can get the anti-air and then go for a tick throw. And that's usually if they're not expecting it, and usually from a wonky anti-air like that, they're gonna be startled for the first time. But the main thing that everybody was worried about, or rather was addressing to me, was that distance to get the crouching medium punch on the counter hit. That distance is actually really, really important because it gives Nash a lot more benefits, or it gives Nash more benefits rather than doing just a regular counter hit Bazooka Knee combo that regards to light punch, medium punch for the target combo. So basically, most Nashes, once they see that they got a counter hit at a decent spacing with Bazooka Knee, they'll do that. They'll do light punch, medium punch into heavy sonic scythe, and that does 223 damage and 351 stun. It's not bad. It's a good reactionary confirm. Just you have it right there, you can autopilot into it, and it gives you that decent damage in the corner carry. You don't get put in the corner, but rather it puts your opponent, all the way to the corner and whatnot. But there are a lot more benefits to knowing the spacing to get that crouching medium punch. So the reason why we're at the grid right now is because you see all the boxes around us and the red line and everything. Those are things that we can use to measure our distance. We can use it to help us judge where exactly we need to be in order to link that crouching medium punch from the counter hit bazooka knee, and for the counter hit bazooka knee to hit on that last active frame. It's a tight link. I think I've expressed this already. It's a very tight link. It's very specific, but if you land it, you get a lot of benefits for it. Right where I guess Charlie is, where his lugs or Timberlands or whatever those are. There's 2 boxes and then half a box before the red line, and I will highlight that in the video. Basically, you want to be at that distance when trying to do the link. So, as you can see, you get more damage and more stun because you were able to link that counter hit bazooka knee into crouching medium punch and continue your combo. You got 258 damage and 394 stun, and that's like 40 more extra points of damage and like almost 30 extra stun, 30 or 40 extra stun. That's pretty good. But that's not the only benefit to knowing that distance. And again, the 2.5 boxes towards the red line is what we're going to use to judge the distance. If I try to do, say, the regular counter hit combo, I'm not going to get Tragedy Assault, because no matter what, unless it's counter hit, I'm never ever going to be able to link or rather cancel into my light Tragedy Assault from a standing medium punch. However, I will always be able to go into a Tragedy Assault, a light Tragedy Assault, from a crouching medium punch. I'm going to do a second one, or rather, let me take off counter hit so you can see that. I will always get that crouching medium punch. That crouching medium punch into light Tragedy Assault. That will always be a thing. So if you haven't caught on by now, the reason that distance is so good and why you want to be able to link into crouching medium punch is because instead of doing this and whiffing your combo or going into heavy Sonic Scythe and having like literally only one option to cancel into, so instead of basically having only one option, now you have 2 options. Now you can either go for max damage and get that 258 and 394 stun. You can also suck up your meter. You sacrifice a little bit of damage, but you can also suck up their meter by doing that crouching medium punch into Tragedy Assault. It's much more easier. You get the meter gain, and you have another option rather than just doing that target combo from the bazooka knee. One final thing is knowing that distance on block. And because you get a max range bazooka knee on block, there are some benefits to it. Now, if you're playing Nash, you know that most of his normals from about like this distance, from neutral, is safe. He's not getting punished out of that. He's not getting punished out of that. He's not getting punished out of doing his step kick. He's not going to get punished out of doing crouching medium kick. Like, he's got a lot of normals that are kind of like plus if they're like from a far distance. So one thing you can do to incorporate this in your footsie game is that you can throw a Sonic Boom, do the Sonic Scythe, the medium Sonic Scythe, and then get a max range bazooka knee. It's not really that half range, that 2.5 boxes that you saw there, but it's somewhat at a range to where you're not going to get stuffed out by a jab. And I'll show you that now. See? You're not going to get stuffed out by a jab. It's not going to happen. Like, you're safe enough to where you can block and continue to respect your opponent's pressure and stuff. And at the same time, you can even do this. Oh man. So you basically just said, I don't care about that jab, I'm gonna teleport. But what if your opponent tries to DP you on that max range bazooka knee. You're safe. You're safe. You're not gonna get hurt by a DP. So you got two things that you can do. Punish accordingly. Or if you are just on reaction and you can't seem to get that crush counter, as you can see, you can do that. You can V-trigger out of it completely and not have to worry. And the best part is that you still have enough time. You have enough time to go for a crush counter combo using your trusty forward heavy punch. So, you know, you make yourself safe by doing it. And if you feel like your opponent is going to throw out that jab and you don't have V-trigger but you have enough for V-reversal, yeah, you know where I'm going with this. You can V-reversal out. And your opponent would have to have some reactions to try to grab you out of it. But you can V-reversal out of anything. So like you have multiple ways to where you can see what your opponent does and react to it accordingly after you got that safe bazooka knee out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know how you like this style of me explaining some things and whatnot. Let me know if you would want this to be the style for the tutorial. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope I addressed some concerns regarding bazooka knee, and thanks for watching. See you later.